Hey guys, so this video is going to be a little bit random. It's kind of all over the place, but I feel like most of my videos are that way. So I'm not the type of person to like put this kind of content on my channel and ever wanted to be, but I just wanted to kind of address it myself because I'm seeing a lot of like drama surrounding this palette, and I know that I can actually speak up about it and kind of put my input out there just because nobody asked me to do this, but I wanted to do that just to have it out there just for more people, because I know right now a lot of the people putting out reviews on this palette like have a lot of followers, and people think that they're hard to trust because they're beauty gurus and they have just like, you know, some of them get PR, and a lot of people find them or some of them hard to trust. So I kind of thought maybe if I did this, it would kind of help those who are kind of struggling to form an opinion. So this is just to help anybody if you need it, and to kind of share thoughts, you know, someone who actually owns the palette, and they would never send me anything, and no brand wants to work with me. So if you want an opinion from a consumer who never gets anything for free, doesn't have discount codes, will never get noticed by this brand, then go ahead and keep on watching. So the reason that this video is kind of all over the place and it's messy and it's random is because I'm not doing a makeup tutorial, okay? So I have swatched all of the eyeshadows, and I've used this palette once. If you hear talking in the background, it's just my family. I used this palette once, and I do have some things to say. Now, I don't have a demo of me using the eyeshadows, and I know like that can be really tough, but I do have clips of me using like kind of digging brushes in. Like you'll see I have little demos, but it's not me using them on my eye. So the first eyeshadow that I want to talk about specifically, and the reason I'm choosing this is, you will see, is Electric. So this eyeshadow, when you look at it, it's really pretty, it's different. I don't have anything like it. I had put this all over my lids, and I was expecting it to be like a normal shimmer that you would pick up literally from any other palette, and unfortunately that's not really the case. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like if you dig your brush in, you can't pick up pigment. It's almost like you need to like scratch it. Finger swatches are okay. It's not bad with your finger, but of course with a brush it will be different. This pigment did not work with the brush that came in the palette. I used the flatter end, not the fluffy end, and it didn't pick it up, so I switched to one that is from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I was digging this end into it. It didn't work. I did try this end, and then I did try like a standard like little brush right here, and I finally decided, okay, brushes aren't picking it up that well, I have to use my finger, and that essentially got the job done. But it was a little bit of, you know, a hassle. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world, you know. I think we can all handle using our finger, but that is something that should be addressed. So there you go. And I did find this Shadow Adorn, just the other shimmer in there, to swatch really nicely, but again, that's just with a finger swatch. So the shades that I mainly used for my eye look, just for going out so that it wasn't crazy, I did use Axis. As soon as you put your brush in, there's going to be a lot on your brush, so you kind of just need to lightly tap into it and then just start blending. I didn't have the worst time blending, but I mean, I will say that I did have to put a little bit of work into it. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I haven't been doing this for like 25 years, you know. but I feel like I know if an eyeshadow blends well or not. Now, we need to talk about, this is what I wanted to talk about. So, is there a ton of fallout? Yes. Are you going to hit pan on it? I don't know, maybe. Some palettes have been worse than others. So what I wanted to talk about is the kick up you get from it, and just that topic right now. I'm going to insert a clip right now of me dipping just a regular brush I would normally use into some of the eyeshadows, and you can form your own opinion on it, but I will be talking about like kind of my own little review and my thoughts afterwards. So if you want to stay tuned for that, go ahead. Okay, so you just saw it. I used different brushes and different shadows just because I didn't want to like mix any colors, but those are brushes I would normally pick up that work for almost every single shadow that I have, every matte shadow. And yes, you saw it here. They are powdery, and you saw it, the Modern Renaissance is powdery too. I think in some cases this palette has been worse for some people. And I did notice Axis was probably worse than the other two I did, and I did those two for a reason, and we're going to get into that right now. So I just wanted to address like everything that's going on. It's not my place. I'm just another person out here in the world. But I wanted to talk about it because I feel like sometimes people feel so strongly about something that it's tunnel vision, and they can't really think outside of the already formed opinions they have on something. It's just like it can't be changed. So the truth is that if you saw the video, if you try 3 different times to make an eyeshadow palette work, and it just doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And that's not trying to gain exposure, that's not shading a brand. And hitting a pan, swirling your brush in and hitting a pan you know, maybe the first time you swirled around in it, like if that is somebody's experience, that's somebody's experience, and it's not really your place to tell a person that they're doing it to be hateful, they're doing it to throw shade, or whatever people call it these days. But honestly, it's, in the grand scheme of things, from what I know, the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are powdery. I mean, I even have the artist palette, and it's powdery. Their eyeshadows are powdery. I don't have their singles. I don't know if their singles are different, but I do know that their eyeshadow palettes are powdery. That's just how it is. And if somebody's eyeshadow palette is different and more powdery and worse off than like mine is per se, then that's okay. That is their palette, and if they're having a bad experience, it's not my place to tell them, oh, well, mine's fine. And I'm not going to tag Norvina on Twitter and tell her, well, my palette is perfect. I'm not going to kiss up to her. I was tweeting about this last night. I'm not going to kiss her ass. You know, if they made a few dud palettes, they made a few dud palettes. And I was talking about this on Instagram too. Anastasia Beverly Hills is an amazing brand. They have a lot of products that people absolutely love worldwide. That's awesome. But they are still not perfect. They're going to have hiccups. They're going to have products that might not work for everybody. They're going to have duds. It's okay. I feel like people get so caught up like, oh, I love this brand. I'm dedicated to this brand. It's okay to love a brand. But at the end of the day, you are a consumer. You are their customer. You're taking that risk of trying a product that might not work. It happens with every brand. I mean, no brand is perfect. Some of us like our palettes. I do like this palette. I like the colors, but I know that they're powdery. I have no reason to lie. I mean, you saw it in my clips. I feel like people have tunnel vision and they don't want to hear anything else other than what they think. And as a consumer, I feel that that's toxic. It's okay to love a brand and everything that they do and everything they stand by. They're going to help the people that have palettes that are worse than mine. And throwing shade at people for giving their honest review about the palette. If they had a really bad palette and they're trying to tell everybody else because they're a beauty influencer and that's their job, they're just doing their job. I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing what you guys asked for. And if you don't like it, then just don't watch the video, don't look at the tweets, don't look at the posts. Like, I just feel like it was important to kind of put that out there in the world and kind of remind people that, like, rather than trying to be like a die-hard fan, like, just try to like take a step back and realize brands aren't perfect. Sometimes products are gonna suck, and that's okay. I have a ton of products I've bought that suck, but it's okay. You know, I took that risk. I bought it with my own money. I took that risk. If it sucked, it sucked. And if you're asking someone for a review and it's not great, well, you can't get mad at them. This is just, that's just kind of my take on everything. I feel like people they lose that kind of thought process that, like, at the end of the day, you're just their customer, and they're not going to, like, put you on their PR list or praise you because your palette was good. Mine's good, but I don't need to go and kiss up to the brand and tell them mine's great, you know, because they appreciate that. Of course, they're gonna love to hear that, but why? Why do I need to do that? It's just important to remember to stay humble and to appreciate honest reviews when they're given to us, because a lot of YouTubers are accused for lying all the time in their reviews, or accused for being sponsored and they're being biased. And then when they get an honest review and they tried 3 different times to make a palette work, we really need to back off and let that person have a break. I don't think she deserved any hate for it. This palette is super powdery. I had troubles with the shimmer, because you guys saw. Just form your own opinions. Don't hate people because they had a bad experience. Everyone's going to have a different experience from you with everything. You know, not everybody's going to have the same exact experience with anything in life. And if that makes you mad, then you know, really try and humble yourself and kind of think about why are you getting mad? Why does this bother you? It shouldn't bother you. Some people's palettes were really bad, and that's fine. It shouldn't affect you. If yours was completely fine and you didn't experience that, good. Leave it that way. Don't send anybody hate for it. You got a good palette. There's nothing for you to be mad about. But yeah, so this was just a little, like a tiny little review from someone who's not sponsored, not on any PR lists, nothing. So yeah, if you appreciated this video, you can subscribe if you're interested, give this video a thumbs up, and please don't send any hate, because it's important to remember that we're all people at the end of the day and we need to be nice to each other. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.